In this video, I'm going to show you the fastest and most efficient way to hit your first 10K per month. And if you're currently stuck at your 9 to 5 trying to escape the rat race, then you need to watch this video. I'll be giving you the exact secret that I leveraged to be able to quit my job at 21 years old and make my first 6 figures at 21. And I actually truly believe that anybody that ever wants to make any type of money online and be successful at it, they need to learn these core values. All right, to start off, I want to quickly say, if you're trying to hit your first 10K per month, I want you to really look at what it is that you do on a regular basis. What is it that you're actually spending a majority of your time throughout the day on? Because if you're currently trying to quit your 9 to 5 and be able to make Wi-Fi money, then why in the world are you still playing video games every single day? Now, don't get me wrong, growing up, I loved playing video games, but I had to realize I can either go ahead and make some money or I can spend that time on a video game. There's only so much time in a day. There's only 24 hours in a day. So how much time do you actually have to actually spend on your business versus spend on a video game? And of course, spend it on friends and family and pointless stuff. So me, from an early age, I always thought, okay, I could spend 4 hours on a video game, or I could do an extra 4-hour shift at my 9 to 5 job, or even start a little side hustle. Yes, video games and those other distractions will give you temporary satisfaction, but it's not what's truly going to help you achieve your end goal. And of course, that could be in the form of making money or even getting in better shape. But in this video, of course, we're talking specifically about money. And then also look at other pointless and senseless things that you're doing on a regular basis. Like, for example, if you're spending all your time going to parties all day, how in the world is that actually benefiting you in your life? Once again, that's going to give you temporary satisfaction, but in the long term, it's not actually going to help you do anything. You going out to smoke and get drunk with your friends all day, it's not going to benefit you in life at all. So you need to cut off all the distractions and actually lock in. I want y'all to truly understand that yes, 90% of people live their day-to-day life just like that and grow up exactly like that. People literally preach to you, hey, you should live life while you're young, go to parties, get drunk, do this, da da da. I've literally even heard a song saying, so what, we get drunk, so what, we smoke weed. Yes, that's literally the type of stuff they preach to the young generation. And I'm saying young generation, but I'm still only 23 years old. Some of y'all may consider that young, some of y'all may consider that old. But regardless, I've learned a lot of valuable lessons to know that all of that stuff is not gonna make you like the 1%. It's called the 1% for a reason. If you want to be like the 1%, who are the people that are actually successful, able to quit their 9 to 5 and have a successful business, you cannot live like the other 99% of people. And if you can't accept that, then you're truly not meant to live like the 1%. You just think that you want to live like the 1%, but you don't want to actually put in the work it actually takes to be like the 1%, which in the beginning takes a lot of sacrifice and a lot of commitment. Now, I'm not telling you that it's going to make you live like a hermit for the rest of your life, but I am telling you that it will help you elevate in your life. For me, I've had a lot of people even ask me questions like, which I think is so crazy now. I literally had somebody ask me, hey, I don't see you online drinking and smoking and stuff like that. You don't go to no party. So like, how do you have fun? Now, remind you, this same person had just asked me a few minutes ago prior to that question, asking me, hey, how did you make so much money? Hey, how are you able to drive such a luxury car at such a young age? Hey, I was to travel around the world and do all these things at such a young age. And now that same person is hitting me with the question, how do you have fun if you don't drink or smoke? Hey, how do you have fun if you don't go to the clubs and do all those things, all those wild things, right? And we're the same age, right? And he's telling me he also wants to be like me. He's questioning me, why don't I do those things, right? And what do I do for fun? And when I told him, hey, fun to me is making money. Fun to me is sitting with my friends and talking about business. That's fun to me. He could not even comprehend that. I want y'all to really understand that, right? Like literally, you're trying to be like the 1%, right? I'm literally following step by step what the 1% is doing, self-improvement, all those things. And then people would literally ask me questions like that, which is absolutely unbelievable. Like me being able to travel around the world, go on adventures and stuff like that with my friends, family, girlfriend, whatever case may be, that's what's fun to me. So I can't really believe that somebody can question me that if I'm not drinking or smoking, I'm not having fun. That's actually such a terrible way to live or think. But once again, it's not that person's fault. It's not your fault if you're thinking that. It's literally how society has brainwashed everybody. You quite literally have to re-brainwash yourself. I realized this at a really young age, and that's how I was able to get to this point. And of course, the education didn't just come to me. I had to go out and find it myself. The education is out there on YouTube, just like you're watching this right now. There's a bunch of high-level books that you can literally listen to on audiobook for free. There's a bunch of different YouTubers you can start watching to start expanding your knowledge, your mindset. And of course, a bunch of free content that will help you literally start making money online. Now, this video right here specifically is not going to teach you the business model you need specifically to start earning your first 10K per month, but it is going to teach you all the core values you need in order to have that mindset and be able to manifest that type of money in your life. Because I guarantee you, you will not be able to make your first $10,000, even $5,000 a month online if you don't have the core beliefs and the core values behind you first. How do I know this? Because I'm speaking from experience, right? For years and years and years, I tried to hit my first $5,000 a month. I tried to quit my 9 to 5 job years and years and years. And why I could not achieve it? It was because of the fact that I was missing a huge piece to the puzzle. I really was being arrogant. I'll be researching at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. online, researching things like, hey, how to make money online, how to become rich, all these things. And the first thing they be telling me, these wealthy people that on the level I'm trying to get to, will be telling me, hey, you need to get your mindset right. I'm just gonna skip past that part. Just show me the business model, right? Because I know better than this person I'm trying to be like, right? I know better. And I was like, let me just skip past this and go to the things that I deemed as valuable and learn from that thing. And guess what? I tried for years, and what happened? I never got to this point. But when I actually went back, I'm like, okay, I went from A to Z. What did I miss? I'm like, hey, I skipped literally A to F, whatever case may be. So I went back, watched A to F, right, and actually applied everything that was A through F, and I was able to get to this next level, if that makes sense. And the reason why I even started doing this and going back to those old videos that I watched years and years and years ago and actually start applying all the tedious things they was telling me and getting my mindset first was because of the fact that I had got my real estate license a few years ago. And while I was trying to learn how to sell real estate, help people buy properties, all those things, every single week and every single month, they will always have the top earners actually come in and teach the whole rest of the brokerage. And the one thing they kept saying was to get our mindset right. They was recommending a bunch of books about mindset, all these things like Think and Grow Rich, Atomic Habits, all these things just help us just become the better version of ourselves. And I was like, I couldn't comprehend why they was teaching us this instead of teaching us things like our CRM and all these things, how to get more leads, and of course how to actually sell real estate and do the business model. But none of those classes was about that. It was literally all about mindset and beliefs. And once again, I was being too stubborn and thought that this was pointless and it was not actually helping me get to the next level. But eventually a light bulb just went in my head and something struck in my head where I'm like, you know what, let me actually just go through this step by step and actually apply everything they're telling me, because I'm at a point where I'm not getting anywhere in life and I truly want to quit my 9-to-5 that year. So essentially the first book I read on mindset manifestation was Think and Grow Rich, and that was the #1 book that helped me make my first 6 figures at 21 years old. And of course I was able to quit my 9-to-5 job the same year I read that book. I'll actually have a link to that book in the description if anybody want to check it out. All right, now after you get your mindset right, the next thing you need to focus on is actually cutting off all the shiny object syndrome. Now shiny object syndrome, simply put, is essentially is like there's a lot of different ways of making money online, but you need to pick one of those, right? Because you trying to start drop shipping, Etsy, print on demand, all these things is not actually going to help you get anywhere because you're trying too many different things. Once again, there's only so much time in the day. You only have so much focus. You need to put all your energy in one specific business model, one side hustle, whatever you want to try. Yes, on here I make a lot of different videos about different side hustles and business ideas you can start, which you can check it in the description down below. But that's for you to pick one of those and not all of those. You will literally make way more money if you just pick one of those things versus actually trying to do all those things at once. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. My whole life I will tried a bunch of different side hustles while I'll try something for a month, 2 months, or even a couple weeks even. And what will happen is I might make a little bit of money, but not anything significant where I can actually make it into a full-time income. But everything completely changed when I decided to push all that out the window and actually just stick to one single business model. And I committed to actually sticking to that one for at least the next 1 to 2 years. And from simply do that, all it took was 6 months, because I promise you, your life can literally change in 6 months. Actually, your life can literally change in only 90 days, which I'm about to explain more in depth about what I'm talking about here. All you need to do is cut off all the distractions and lock in for literally 6 months. That's all it takes. I went from making literally $3,000 a month for my 9-to-5 miserable to literally making over $10,000 a month in literally 6 months of actually starting a brand new business model. And once again, I locked in on that one thing and I just stayed consistent. I told myself no matter what, I wouldn't start anything else other than this one thing until I actually become successful at it. And I committed to minimum 1 to 2 years, because I realized, because from watching YouTube videos and all those things, I also realized that, hey, I'm literally starting this for 1 month, 2 months, and I'm dropping it. What would happen if I even stick to this for a year, 2 years, 3 years? What would happen? Now, in the last few years, I've tried a lot of different business models, right? But I've realized one thing. I've never actually truly failed at any of those, because everything that I'm trying or everything that you're trying is actually just equipping you with more and more skill sets. And you have never failed until you give up. The only time you fail is when you give up. So if you never give up, you never fail. And I also want to say, to truly be successful, you literally have to be delusional. It was delusional for me to think that as some random 20-year-old kid, I'll be able to quit my 9-to-5 job at 21 years old, be able to make multiple 6 figures or even scale the business to even 7 figures. It was delusional for me to think as some random African kid, I'll be able to make money online, be able to stay in a beautiful high-rise apartment like this, or be able to even drive my dream car at the age of 22 years old. It was delusional for me to think that out of everyone in my family, I'll be the first one to be able to make 6 figures. And it was delusional for me to believe that undoubtedly I would be successful, be able to scale such a successful business at such a young age and be able to network with many high-level individuals. Because the type of success I have right now, nobody in my family has been able to achieve this type of success, but I believe that I could always get to this level. And I believe that undoubtedly. And I believe that I was going to achieve it at a young age, which I did. Even if nobody believed in me, I always knew I would get to this point. Teachers, friends, family all told me not to start a business because I was likely to fail. But guess what? I didn't let none of that discourage me. Once again, I knew undoubtedly I was going to get to this level because I was delusional. Now, me personally, the reason why I was so delusional was because I knew undoubtedly I did not want to live a regular life. I thought about the things I want to achieve in life for my friends, my family, myself, and none of those I could achieve without actually getting to the point of success where I'm making ridiculous amounts of money. I did all the calculations at a really young age, and the kind of income I'll make from my 9-to-5 did not add up to it. Actually, let me say this, the kind of money I was thinking about making at some points was even a doctor's money. I told myself I want to be able to make as much money as a doctor by the time I'm in like my early 20s. But to do that would technically be impossible, because if I want to make doctor money, I would have to literally go to school for 8 years. And I don't know about y'all, but I was not trying to be a doctor. And also I had realized even if I had a high paying job working a 9 to 5, I still would not be able to achieve all the goals that I want to achieve. There was 3 major things that I wanted in life, which was financial freedom, location freedom, and time freedom. I knew, yes, I could technically get financial freedom from working a 9 to 5, but guess what? I could never get location freedom and time freedom, which simply put, if I got location freedom, I can be able to work around anywhere in the world. So it's not simply just a 9 to 5. It's not simply just a remote job, right? It's like I can work when I want. Even if I was somehow able to get a high paying remote job, once again, I would not be able to have my time freedom. I'll have to clock in the time they tell me and clock out when they tell me. And that was something I realized really early on. So I literally brainwashed myself to believe that I could never be happy in life unless I would be able to have location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. This essentially just helped me put my back against the wall, so I had to lock in and get to that next level. So then I made my vision board and locked in. Now I also want to talk about something that's very important, which is a major distraction, which I believe I might even title this video about that specific thing, which is the people that's around you. A lot of people believe that they can hang around with 5 bumps and still come out a millionaire. Now don't get me wrong, this is very well possible, but not likely, because you are a product of your environment. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. The one major reason behind that is because something I had to learn the hard way, which is your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind works on autopilot. That means you do not control your subconscious mind. You don't control it, but you do train your subconscious mind. You train it by feeding it positive things, and you train it by anything that you feed to it. So all the negative energy that's around you, all the people that's around you, subconsciously, they're impacting your subconscious mind without you having any awareness to it. Now, once again, I had to learn this the hard way. And I don't want y'all going through the exact same thing. For years, I tried to achieve success even at a really young age. And I told myself I'm not easily influenced. So it doesn't matter who I'm around, I'm not going to be influenced. But it doesn't work this way. I'm sorry. People you hang around most definitely have an impact on you. At this point, I'm literally careful about the people that I have in my inner circle. And I'm also very careful about the family that I even hang out with. That's how protective I am of my subconscious mind. Anybody that's bringing any type of energy that I do not like, I'm quick to cut them off. And this is because sometimes you really got to be selfish. You got to do what's best for you. And having the wrong type of energy around you constantly, especially, would definitely negatively impact you. Now, for me, the environment that I grew up in, there was not too many like-minded individuals, right? I really realized, hey, I have this mindset that I want to achieve success. I wish I had more people around me that had the same mentality. So what I try to do, I try to change all my friends that was around me. I try to teach them more about credit. I try to teach them more about finance and all those things. But yes, one of them was able to pick it up, like, yes, I am interested. But overall, none of them was truly interested. They was not really truly interested. What they really wanted to do was just chill around, smoke, drink, have parties and stuff like that. That's really what they wanted, which there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just not the path that I wanted to go towards. Yes, doing all those things can be fun and all that, but it's not what's actually truly gonna actually give you true return on investment in your actual well-being. That's temporary satisfaction. So eventually I was like, okay, if I can find, let's say, a group of people that's like-minded and be able to hang around with them, I can maybe even build my own group of like-minded individuals. So I started surrounding myself with different people and looking around at different places, see if I can find more like-minded individuals. And all it took was finding about 2 like-minded individuals, and everything completely changed. I believe from there, the following year is when I was actually able to quit my 9 to 5, and I was able to go full-time as a business owner. Now I understand that finding like-minded individuals around your neighborhood can be difficult, but we do have the power of the internet. You can literally connect with people via social media. I've been able to network and connect with so many people that's on a much higher level than me, just simply off social media. And then eventually I'm able to fly out and meet them in person, all those things. But you can literally start off by just doing Zoom calls, FaceTime calls, whatever the case may be. That's what I highly recommend. And of course, something that's brand new, that's literally revolutionary, is by actually just joining a community on a platform like either WHOP or School. That's WHOP with a WHOP and School with a SKOOL. These are community platforms where you can literally join communities of other like-minded individuals and join different types of communities, showing like different types of skill sets. It's kind of like, I guess, Skillshare, but it's not really community with Skillshare. They just teach you skill sets. But School and WHOP actually give you high income skill sets and a community of like-minded individuals to be able to connect with more and more people. This model is absolutely insane. Not even just from the knowledge you're going to learn through these modules and that they typically have in these communities, but literally be able to connect with more people. That is a very, very powerful thing that I wish I even had had a few years ago, because I literally promise y'all, when I surround myself with more like-minded individuals, my life completely changed. And I knew undoubtedly that was the number one thing I was missing in my life, because the people that was around me, yes, we was good friends, and with them, no hate toward them or anything like that, but they were not really trying to elevate and get to this next level. And then when I was distancing myself from those type of people and stuff like that, I was being told that I was being essentially fake, and that I was just stuff like that, like, oh yeah, you being fake and all these things and stuff like that. Oh, you cutting us off, but it was never really truly about that. Or I guess, yeah, kind of cutting them off. But I'm like, it was just all about just finding more like-minded individuals. Because I'll be saying things like, hey yo, let's go to the gym, or let's self-improve. Hey, nah man, I'm high right now. What? You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that that you just have to recognize around your inner circle, because the average person around our age range, your age range, whatever the case may be, especially in my high school, they just want to smoke and get drunk. That is not going to self-improve you. That's not going to help you get to that next level. Think about your mom. Think about your future kids. Because I was thinking about all those things. Even at a really young age, I'm like, okay, I don't have any family now. I don't want any family. Like, as far as like building my own family, having kids and all those things, I don't want to have any kids now, but I do want to have in the future. I literally plan generations ahead, right? I already knew, I'm like, hey, I'm going to have a kid at this age, 26, whatever the case may be. You know, if it happens early, it happens. But I plan certain things in my life, certain stages in my life that I want to accomplish. I'm like, hey, all this stuff is not going to help me get to those things. I have a time limit here, right? Me doing this stuff is not going to be able to help my kids in the future. I need to lock in, and that's the number one thing that's most important. I want to be able to travel around the world. I want to have financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom. I want to be able to not have to call in for work. Hey, I'm sick today, I need some time off so I can go take a vacation. I want to be able to, hey, I want to feel like taking a vacation, I'm gonna take a vacation. I want to move out the country, I'll move out the country. If I want to move out of state, I'm gonna move out of state. You don't have none of that. And I realized things in the economy was not sustainable. I'm like, okay, 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Why would I want to live like that, right? I was literally slaving, working 40-hour work weeks, 60-hour, 70-hour work weeks, literally 6 days a week, even sometimes 30 days in a row, and still was barely getting by. So I'm like, this is not really the way. This is not what I want to live my whole life. And I want, by the time I bring a kid into this world, me personally, when I bring a kid into this world, I want to have financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom, so I can spend time with the kid. I want to be able to retire the mom, right? Even if it was temporarily, so the mom does not have to actually work, right? I hate seeing a pregnant woman go work a 9 to 5, especially in the warehouse that I worked in. Seeing pregnant women lifting boxes, that's so sad to me. Your husband did not work hard enough, but sometimes it's not even his fault, because they really don't teach this stuff in school. But you do have the power of online education, right? Some of y'all, we're growing up with this technology. I understand some people, their excuse is, oh, I'm old. There's really no excuses. We literally have a community. In my community, I'm literally helping people like 45 years old literally crush it with social media, but to quit their 9 to 5 and stuff like that inside of our community. So there's really no excuses, right? There's really no excuses to actually lock in, actually get to this next level. All right, there's really no excuses, but some people are still making excuses. It doesn't matter about your age. None of that stuff matters, right? You really just gotta lock in and learn information. If you want to truly change your life, you truly can. And some people will say, I don't have enough time. I'm helping literally people in their 50s, almost 60s, quit their 9 to 5s. I got this this lady inside my community. She's like maybe 55 years old, and she's absolutely crushing it with the social media, being in the program for about 2 months now. Literally for 2 months, absolutely crushing it. She's an attorney, and that's what she does for full time. And literally coming to me, somebody who didn't go to college, right? Hey, how can I quit this? I don't want to do this no more. I've been doing this my whole life. I want to quit. I want to do this. You know, this model that you're doing, social media. I want to get into that stuff, because she realized after all these years, she didn't get what she was promised in school, right? The happy life and all those things, right? She don't have financial freedom. She don't have location freedom. She don't have time freedom. Well, she could have financial freedom, but she don't have all those other things. There's only so much time you have in this world. So I just want to leave off with that. I know I went on a tangent there, but if y'all like this video, let me know in the comments down below. Check this video out if you want to learn more side hustles, and check this video out if you want to see a day in the life. I'll see y'all on the next one.